top 10 strikers in the world. I don't know about that.
I don't think he would have gotten the top 25, to be honest. I think Stokes may be best equipped. Did he get a FIFA card or not this year?
He does.
Yeah, he has actually. He has got a few FIFA cards.
I'll be honest. I was going to mention it earlier. A player that's getting outscored by does not make any list. I mean, how can he possibly be in a list?
Fairs. Remarkable
That's
point.
a good
I can't
point.
lie.
Yeah, we'll see if he joins Manchester United, what you'll be saying about this man. Listen, can Zidane play right back? That's the definition of.
Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome back to another episode of the Total 90 Pod. Today marks 1 year since our very first episode, so I had to assemble a super team to give our top 10 strikers in the world this season. First up, someone in the comments last week said that Mav is burning out. They're calling him 008. He needs a breather. He's got fatigue after like 20 episodes straight. So I've brought in another United fan that was there when Sir Alex won his first United title. But the only difference is he's a Premier League champion himself. Stokes, welcome, son. How are we feeling?
I'm great, man. I've been wanting to come on here and put a few things straight for a while now, but I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to get a guard of honor and a standing ovation from someone else currently in this call with us. But next up is one of our January signings. He's basically like, he's our Trossard. Guys were asking for Modric and Leao, and I was like, no, guys, trust me. Trossard will do a job, and he's since come in, and now he's become an integral part of the first team. Ali, what's good, bro?
I'm good, bro. Glad I could get the call up on such a big occasion.
Yeah, obviously, you guys, you love him because he's an Arsenal hater. You guys think we're too Arsenal positive here, so fairs, man. Lastly, he was there on our very first episode, one of our top appearance makers. And after 2 months of people yelling at me to get in, back on is the guy with 3 jobs. He has returned to join us on this special occasion. Kurt, how are we feeling?
I'm good. Pleasure to be back.
Any thoughts on Stokes' recent achievements, or no round of applause for him? No, nothing.
I remember when I played my 2v2 tournament. I wish I got carried like that, but
there was there. It's begun already. Anyway, enough of that, guy. We're here to speak real football. As always, the concept is very simple, but I'll explain it quickly just in case it's your first time watching or whatever. 9 people have sent me their list of their top 10 strikers in the world this season. The 4 of us on the panel, obviously, plus 5 others. We have Mav has given us his list, Drew, Tyler, Alfie, and Ted. So the way we do it is I add up everyone's points. So first in your list gives that player 10 points, second is 9 points, 3 is 8, so on and so forth. If they're the bottom of your list, they get 1 point. I put them on a little spreadsheet and we have our overall combined list. So of course, as an example, if one person gets 10 points on everyone's list, that would be the maximum total of 90. You get it. Anyway, before we start our top 10 list though, we have some honorable mentions that did not score enough points to make the list. Again, some of them might be the mods and viewers, so I won't spend too much time on it, but I cannot believe in a top 10 strikers list, the first name we are mentioning in 2023 is Alexander Lacazette with 1 point. This was done by Seven Tyler. Lacazette has made a top 10 list in 2023.
He's bagging, to be fair. He's bagging.
Who does he support?
He is.
Nah,
He supports Swindon, so it's not a biased thing there. He supports
This
Swindon.
Tyler guy, man. He's always got the maddest ones.
Like, I hear he's got goals in that, but I don't know how many of those are penalties. I don't know what he's been eating since he got to France, but
I don't know what
fair
year
enough,
it's
man.
acceptable to have Lacazette in there, but he's never been top 10.
Maybe like 2015, 2016. But yeah, anyway, he only has 1 point. So there's 4 other players that also have 1 point. One of those I'll move past quickly because only Drew has him. Again, 1 point. Fulkrug of Germany, the brother that scored that 1 goal versus Spain and Costa Rica. But I'll be honest, if you ain't got like 20 Bundesliga goals, like I'm not interested. Kurt, you ever seen this guy playing properly like that, or nah?
Not really. A little bit at the World Cup, but yeah. I mean, again, he's bagging, to be fair. So
yeah, I just wonder how much of that obviously Drew has watched there, but I'll let him off. Fair enough. Also on 1 point, again, this one is not one of us, so we can move past quickly. Evan Ferguson, given by Alfie. I hear it.
Nah, it's edgy though.
Maybe next year.
He hasn't done anything, do you know what I mean? Good player though.
Yeah, no, he's decent, isn't it? Maybe like next year, if we do top 10 Prem strikers, right now, not for me. However, someone on the panel does have this next man with 1 point also. Ali, welcome, son. It's Darwin Núñez.
Oh.
Can I get your reasonings behind Darwin Núñez being in your list, please?
You know what? I think he's a tidy striker. He's not tidy. He's a messy striker.
Yeah, he's
but
definitely
sometimes
not tidy.
Sometimes that's what you need. You need some chaos in the mix, especially in the box, man. He knows how to put the ball in the back of the net.
But I feel like he plays better off the left wing, personally. Stokes, your thoughts on Mr. Darwin? Was he close to your list?
Nah, not even. Nah, listen, I like the guy. He's alright at it, but not enough goals. Doesn't even really play too centrally. I don't know. I wouldn't have considered him, but I like it. I think he'll be good. I think next year it'll be the year for sure.
Like, he's fun to watch, but like the eye test, wow, it's really lacking. And any
I think he'll be there next year,
Darwin?
but definitely not this year.
And the only other player that had 1 point, sadly, was contributed by myself. Not a single other person joined me, and that's fine. This man has 25 goals this season. Yes, it's in the championship, but his name is Chuba Akpom. What a player. Now, some may say he's playing just behind the striker in Carrick's system at Middlesbrough, but he's played enough games at striker for me to count him and give him a little 10th place. I think that is more than reasonable in there. So
I can smell the
that's all the guys
agenda
that
from
have 1 point. But don't start that from the guy that was putting Badiashile top 10 all-time Premier League centre-backs. Anyway, we move on to the guys that had 2 points. First up, again, Alfie has done this one. I have not watched this guy play ever. But I checked his stats. He's got 14 goals. Like, fair enough. It is Openda. I generally haven't watched that guy. I assume. God, you seen him play?
Nah, I think Stokes may be best equipped. Did he get a FIFA card or not this year?
He does.
Yeah, he has got a
You
few
know what?
FIFA cards.
I'll be honest. I was going to mention it earlier, but I didn't want to be the guy to bring it up. Fulkrug keeps getting player of the month, and I think that's where he's got that from.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
To be fair, Fulkrug and Openda do keep on getting, and I can't lie, Openda's kind of OP. So. But no comment. In 16th place, we have Stokes and Ali joining forces, but not a single other person. It is Mitrovic.
Why are you snickering?
Tell me about it.
I think that's a reasonable shout. Like, importance to Fulham, he's right up there. He scores a lot of goals. I feel like a lot of their games they've won it narrowly and he's scored. So I feel like he's got to be around about there.
I've seen Willian carrying more recently.
Yeah, recently.
A bit recently,
I think
but
start
of the season.
Lost his head as well.
Yeah, but that's what you want. He's like a poor man's Diego Costa, man. He gets a bit messy at times, but you know what I mean? That's what you need in your striker. You want him to ruffle the centre-backs a little bit.
Top 10 strikers in the world. I don't know about that. Kurt, did you consider him?
Nah, I don't think he would have gotten the top 25, to be honest. Interesting. Nah, I usually don't comment until I see the rest, and I want to see what names have been left out for Mitrovic to get ahead of these guys. We'll see.
Like, I get it. He's got his goals and that. He's doing well for a Fulham team that are definitely overachieving. But would I take him over the other strikers in my list? Definitely, I would not. I can't lie. So, fair enough. Next up, however, in 15th place, another player that only one person has selected. All other 8 people have omitted this man. I think if I say the name Koto 411, we can guess who it is. Lautaro Martinez. Who the hell invited my man? Who invited my man? Who invited my man? Kurt, what's he doing there?
Here we go. So let me get this. So Mitrovic gets in a top 10 strikers in the world, but Lautaro doesn't.
I don't think Mitrovic. I don't think Martinez scores as many goals as Mitrovic does in the Prem.
Here we go.
I personally don't think so.
Lautaro's going to have one thing that nobody else on this list will have this year, and that is a World Cup medal.
You know what else I find fascinating? He also has a game from this morning where Argentina won 7-0 and he didn't register a single goal or assist. Rather, he missed the open goal.
Big game player.
So, listen,
big game.
Argentina won World Cup with him trying his hardest to make them not win the World Cup. So Messi had to carry him so badly.
He played injured, but of course you wouldn't know that. Still sacrificed himself for his country. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, top 10 is a disgrace. He should be even higher. This is a. I expect nothing less from 3 Prem cards. I don't know how else I can describe it.
There are 9 people here, and not one person is agreed with you. Just so you know.
Well, 9 Prem cards then. Yeah, I mean, in the Champions League on the biggest occasion, away to Barcelona, all the pressure on him, man of the match, Inter true, why we're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, potentially a final this year, who knows, we'll see, and it's thanks to him. If we do progress further, it's gonna make you guys omitting him just even more embarrassing, but you know, what can I say? I expect nothing.
Well, you haven't got through yet, and you barely got back through by the skin of your teeth last time. But yeah, fair enough, man. If you think Lautaro is a top 10 striker in the world,
he's got a few nice goals. Look at them goals against Lecce and Imola and Monza. They're good
Watching, I'm sure.
I used to rate him a lot more than I do now. Anyway.
Man. Yeah, I can't lie. That World Cup to me, just wow, that was a stinker. The only thing that let him off, I guess, is that his mate also at Inter had an even worse time, so people kind of forgot about it, and he won the World Cup. So
world champion,
enough,
clutch penalty when it mattered the most. Pre-assist to Messi in extra time. Without Lautaro, Argentina would not have been world champions. So it's a
trust. Of course. All right, fair enough. Well, that's Lautaro in 15th place, nowhere near our top 10. Thank goodness. 14th place. Next up, we have a Frenchman. Stokes has this man in. Does anyone else have this man? No. He's here by himself. It's Antoine Griezmann.
Oh, really? No one put Griezmann in?
Nobody put Griezmann. I
get that Atleti, the way they've been this season. I feel like you've got to put... To be fair, if you do include him as striker...
you're right. He's been brilliant.
He's been phenomenal.
He's been brilliant. I agree, but there's no position modifiers that we can apply. He's just not
okay. Nah. I think...
I can't lie. He got you there still. He did get you there still. Fair enough, man. I don't know how many games he played at striker, but I hear his inclusion.
Can we check that?
But, yeah.
Can we check that?
Yeah.
Is he not Atletico's main striker this season, though?
He's played 10 games as a striker and scored 1 goal in those 10 games.
Says he's got 10 as a centre forward, 15 as a second striker. That's a striker. Come on, man. That's got to be.
Well, it's too. I mean, you can have it if you want, but it's not going to change the list.
No. You're right. Just justifying position modifier jokes. You know, I'm hearing it already.
Fairs, man. All right. In 13th place, we move on. We're getting closer towards our actual top 10 now. I think this guy. Listen, he's got a lot of goals. This fella. Out of the 4 of us, only Kurt has him. A couple of them want to do. It's Mav and Tyler. It's interesting company to have, but you know, I hear why he's been included. Obviously, Kurt wants to run some CR7 agenda, so he's put in Goncalo Ramos in his top 10.
Again, so neither Lautaro nor Ramos makes you guys' list. This is becoming a bit of a farce. I'm gonna be honest.
I've only seen Ramos at the World Cup,
to be
honest.
Fair,
likewise.
And Champions League last like the knockouts. I wasn't watching Goncalo Ramos in Liga NOS or in the group stages.
A player that's getting outscored by João Mario does not make any list. I mean, how can he possibly be in a list?
Remarkable point.
A good point.
Yeah, we'll see if he joins Manchester United. What you'll be saying about this man. Listen, this guy. He's young. I don't know if he's like 20, 21, 19, something like that. At that age, to be doing what he's doing, he's joining a big club soon. He's better than Nunes, and you'll see it next season. And then maybe people will give him the respect that he deserves. Very, very cold inside the box. The way he moves, the way he dribbles. Yeah. 1-4.
No, he looks good. He looks good, yeah. I just haven't watched him in that. I watched him in literally the World Cup. Yeah, cool. That was a cold, height he scored. And I watched him recently in Champions League, and he's got some nice goals there. But I don't know. I would like to have watched a few more games for me to put him in. But I can't really argue with it. He was on my short list. But nevertheless, in 11th, 12th, we have 2 players on the same number of points. So the first one of those, speaking of not watching many games, only one out of us 4 has this guy in. Ali's put this player in. None of the rest of us have put him in. A couple of them ones have Tyler and Ted. We have Jonathan David. Ali, how many Jonathan David games have you watched? Or did you open up BBC League and Top Scorers?
I've watched 0 live games of his, but I've been on the hunt for a new striker for Chelsea next season, and I've been looking at his clips, and he looks like he's got a bit of everything. He looks like he can dribble. He looks like he's got a bit of build-up play, and his finishing is there. So I'll take him at the bridge. So I think he is. He's probably not the best out-and-out striker, but I think he's got enough to be in that top 10. And his goals, his numbers are there right now.
Kurt, thoughts on him at the World Cup? If you watch Canada, well, I'm sure you did, yeah.
Again, so you putting this man in ahead of Lautaro. Noted. Okay. Noted.
That one is Ali. That's not me, to be fair. Hey, the Jonathan David, brother, I'm not involved in that one. That's nothing to do with me. Stokes, so what your thoughts on Jonathan David?
Yeah,
Kurt says anything about the game?
I'd be right. I didn't. Yeah, I watched him at the World Cup and didn't like him, and I don't know, just wouldn't make my top 10 personally. But he's got goals for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
look at the team he was in that World Cup, though. You know what I mean? What can you really do? What was Alphonso Davies on in that
I hear
World
that.
Cup?
To be fair, he was like the only one that I felt was like, okay, fair. Like, at least you try something. You're playing left winger and striker and centre mid on behalf of everyone. So yeah, fairs. All right, then the last player missing out on our top 10 list. Myself and Stokes have this player in. So does Alfie, a massive Spurs fan. No one else does. Interesting. His name is Balogun. Following Balogun. What a season!
What's he sniggering?
What a season he's having. He was competing with Messi and Mbappe for that boot. Wow!
I'm pretty sure he's fallen behind like Lacazette and
I said
Jonathan
now.
Yeah, does he have more goals than Jonathan David?
Yeah. No, but have you guys ever heard? So there's a guy called Will Steele. What you guys may not know is I'm never going to go into that.
Yeah, and that Ginger, this football manager, literally, and then he lost immediately. Stay in your lane.
No, I like him, man. Listen, the thing is, I tried to look into like 3 of the games, yeah, but only when they're playing like a big team. Obviously, it's not on my TV. But like him against PSG, you know, ice cold composure. I don't know who David is scoring against, but I saw Balogun scoring in serious games. But I guess Ali, no consideration for a Haaland superstar.
Nah, mate, I could smell it again, and man, you know, the agenda's coming through thick this time round, yeah, because there's no way he deserves. He's doing his thing, but there's no way he deserves to be the head of Jonathan David. Cause I watched clips of him as well, and his goals aren't. It's not as clean. It's not as tidy. It's nothing special.
Here we go.
Kind of on an Enquiries thing, to be honest.
Anything to do. You're lucky I didn't put Enquiries in this list, bro. No, fair enough, man. Stokes, why have you put in Balogun?
I feel like, just again, importance to the team. I'm not going to do a Kurt. I'll tell you the truth. I don't watch these games, right? But every time I tune in and see what's happened, he's scoring big goals. Like, he's getting them other draws, wins. Like, obviously, they went on that massive streak, and he was always there. So, got to give him when I saw him above Mbappe as well, maybe not so much now, but he's had a good season, for sure.
Ahead of Lautaro, sure. Okay.
better league.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you what. You put Balogun in that Argentina team. He's not gonna miss all those 7 sitters, but you know, it is what it is, man.
Wouldn't have a World Cup medal either, probably.
Well, actually, he scored all of his penalties this season as well. So, you know, I mean, if that's what you got to do to get that medal, like what Lautaro did, then fairs. I mean, he can do that. So that's no dramas. But there we go. That is our honourable mentions done. We finally move in to our top 10 strikers of the season. In 10th place, let me see who he has him. Only Kurt, but a couple of the mods do. Well, actually, it's Kurt, Mav, and Drew, to be fair, that have this man in. I can kind of understand why, but also debatable. He's played a lot of meaty games at striker. Marcus Rashford.
He's not a striker. He's just not a striker.
Here we go. The man that put Griezmann.
How can Griezmann not be called a striker, but Rashford is a striker? Listen, may as well include Martinelli as well while we're here.
Played as an out number 9.
No.
Yes, he has. Yes,
he's played more on the wing than he has up top.
Well, he's played more as a low number 9 than Griezmann has. That's cool.
Disagree.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't put him. You didn't put him in the list because once again, you're probably scared to see him how he comes up against all the other big boys.
If he's a striker, he's like top 5. But nah, not a striker.
Top 5. I don't know about that one. I go a bit too far
now.
Actually, where did I have him?
If you have him literally 5th,
top 5 is reasonable. Top 5 is reasonable. I mean, again.
Striker.
Top 5 as a striker,
Tross-
guys. Really?
Yeah.
Would you consider Trossard a striker?
No.
He can't even play with his back to goal. He's not.
Trossard's played there, but no. Again, I mean, I don't consider Rashford a striker. By the way, there's going to be a player coming up on this list probably who's also not a striker. I don't consider him. Yeah, but
well, you don't have to consider him, but the rest of us clearly do.
No, but he's not a striker. Like it's the same argument as Rashford. They played the same.
we'll get there, but I don't think so. I like Rashford, especially like Stokes, obviously United fan. I think they prefer it when he plays off the left. The only reason he plays
better.
striker
Sure,
sometimes is because
sure. But he's
Weghorst
played
stinks.
it. He's played it. No, but I want to get your thoughts actually. Now that I've got this opportunity, Stokes, Rashford. Talk to me. Like, I mean, obviously, me and you were not fans of him, right? Like,
I mean,
are you surprised?
I'll be completely honest.
It's a purple patch.
I've made Trashford comments. I've made.
Yeah.
I drive him. I drive him to the airport myself. Like all these kind of comments, but he's been phenomenal, and I don't know. Like last few years, he's been playing like he's been injured. This year, like phenomenal. Like
Do you reckon it will last?
One thing he definitely doesn't have is he's not good decision maker, but he's been getting away with it just by like doing some crazy finishes. But it won't last. No, it won't. But he can keep up a reasonable level for sure. Because like he didn't used to look fast or kind of that kind of thing. If he keeps up that kind of aspect, it'll be good. But yeah, no, I think he can keep up.
Don't let Kurt gaslight you, by the way. Because this is the same man that was saying that in a couple of years he'll be at Aston Villa.
I was saying the same thing.
So I'd like to know, do you think it will last, Kurt? That's more of the question.
No, I don't think it will. But obviously, I owe him an apology because I mean, I don't know where this has come from. I am
likewise
utterly shocked.
Yeah, I don't get it. Literally, and the thing is, he will spend like 85-90% of the game doing nothing, and then out of nowhere, you just look up and he's just hit a shot from like 25 yards. I think he did it against was it Betis? I think their last Europa League game. He missed. He booted the ball over the whole stadium. One of the worst shots I've ever seen. And then genuinely, within 30 seconds, he scored from 25 yards. I just don't understand this guy. But again, if it was more games at striker, maybe I'd hear it. But to me, he's a left winger. So
yeah, I think at the moment there's only one man more dangerous, like off the back, like kind of.
Yeah, now he's scary to play against. He's scary to play against.
Off the shoulder.
If you guys get a serious striker, then we'll see what happens. Speaking of serious strikers, now this is a striker right here. 9th place. Mav, Drew, Ted, and myself. You three have completely aired me. Fair enough. Not sure why, but I guess we'll find out. In 9th place, we have Gabriel Jesus.
What fraud!
What are these sounds that I'm hearing? What?
Oh my god!
Nah, he's a great winger.
From time he was in Man City squad and Pep Guardiola week in week out screaming he's got no strikers. You're gonna tell me
what's
this
that got
guy's
to do
top
with this
10
season
striker.
though?
You're
That
gonna
didn't
tell me
happen
this.
this season, did it?
He's still the same player.
He
He's not
was
someone.
influential in us going top.
No, well, clearly not staying there because that's the thing as well. How's he getting in when he's missed 3 months now? Right? Was it three? He missed?
That's why he's so low. If he had been playing, he'd be even higher. That's why he was transformative to Arsenal, and even still, like you can see him, in the dressing room, on the touchline, he's there having an impact.
Was that the criteria? Was that in the criteria?
Importance to team. Importance to your team.
I think Arsenal are better with Trossard, Martinelli.
I was about to say the same thing. I don't think he'll get his place back.
I hear that.
Now I think we're forgetting what Jesus was doing at the start of the season. I agree, it's a nice problem to have when Trossard is playing this good, bro. Were you seeing how good Martinelli and specifically Xhaka were when they had Jesus to be building triangles with? Yeah, it was incredible, man. He wasn't
same thing as with Trossard. I mean, Martinelli's even better with Trossard.
I think Martinelli was worse with Jesus than he was.
For sure.
I judge my strikers on goals.
On fire, and everyone was.
And then
you can judge him on goals, bro.
He got injured at the World Cup, right? Apparently, he got injured. He was running after the ball. It was the ball boy in the Brazilian national team.
No.
So Richarlison was putting him on the bench.
You see what guys got to do now to try and downplay my selections. No, that's cool, man. That's cool because them ones there where he had more of an impact in the World Cup than Lautaro, but it's fine anyway. It's cool. him and Lautaro did the same thing, bro. Not much of an issue. I believe. Had he been fit the whole way through, I'm looking at 5th or 6th place on this list. Instrumental to his team. He passes the eye test. Wonderful footballer. Okay.
So next season, sometimes. As an Arsenal fan,
yes,
you don't want a new striker. You're happy then, right?
Unless it's Osimhen, I'm not interested.
But if it's Osimhen, then obviously, what happens with Jesus then? If he's this good, then you don't need Osimhen. No.
But I said he's great, but. I think Osimhen's better. That's allowed. Isn't that allowed?
Sure, but that means he can't be anymore.
He's not that important, clearly.
What's going to happen with him?
No, he's important and he can still play, bro. It's a long season. He can play left wing, can play right wing, can play striker.
He's important, but you took him out of the team
Sometimes
and
two up
nothing
front.
really changed. Like you took him out of the
That's
Arsenal
true.
team and
Then
nothing
about
changed.
nothing changed.
That's a good point.
Then about
That's
nothing
true.
changed.
That's
Because when we had Eddie playing, we were still getting wins, but we played completely differently. We had to just scrape through with a lot of last minute winners, like you saw. United last minute winner, Aston
guy's
Villa
useless, by the
last
way.
minute, Bournemouth last minute winner. So it's not as though we were.
Whereas
dominating
Jesus would have
teams and
scored 3
packing
goals in
everyone
these
again.
games, or
See, look, guys are just haters, bro. Ali,
even before
where's
he got
any
injured in the
confidence
World
with this,
Cup, I'm pretty sure he started quieting down his goals a little bit. He wasn't scoring as much before the World Cup.
But guess what?
Correct.
But guess what? We're still winning games, and he was still influential in those. So you know, it is what it is, man. Just because you got like your João Felix and Havertz, you're a hater, bro. Like, it's fine.
If we're talking about influence
bro.
only,
Go look
João
for-
Felix and Havertz, they don't score all the time, but they'll influence every game. So if that's what we're judging, I should have put him on my
Every
list.
game, yeah.
Okay,
João
cheers,
Felix, João Felix missed about 7 games because he couldn't even stay unsuspended, bro. But fair enough, man. Cool. Anyway, that's Jesus in 9th place. We move on to 8th place. Out of the 4 of us, only Stokes has this guy in. Quite high up as well. Mav, Tyler, and Ted join him.
Here we go.
In 8th place, 15th point, we have Kolo Muani.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oof.
Me personally, I've only seen him in snippets in that obviously the World Cup run, and I watched him last week against England under 21s. Also, I like him, but I have not seen enough.
How
for
you
me
got
to
him?
put
Where you got him?
Put him in 5th.
5th.
Whoa, top
Yes.
5 strikers.
Hold on. If we're talking this season,
Yes.
unmatched, it's his stats and his influence. Like, who can really compare to that?
A lot of my strikers, to be fair, but
I don't know. What is his actual stat? He's one of the hottest properties. This
Nah,
kid
he
will
is.
go-
I agree
he is,
there.
he
I
is,
agree.
This kid will go for 100 mil.
I agree with
say
everything.
100 mil?
Top 5 this season.
Yeah, I think he'll get 100 mil these days in this market. I think so.
Kolo Muani,
he's got
100
it.
mil.
Nah, he's
That's
going.
gonna
He's
low.
going. He'll get. I
he
know
is
it's
good.
100.
I just don't know.
But,
Man.
nah,
When
he'll
I was
go to a
watching
big
him,
team.
I was wondering. Obviously, Kurt, you claim yourself as someone that has impeccable ball knowledge, scope in every single league. Who would you compare Kolo Muani to, like past or present strikers? Because I can't put my finger in it. I don't know who he plays like.
Tammy Abraham.
I've never seen a player. Tammy Abraham. That's not a good thing. I can't lie.
Yeah,
Nah,
of course
he's
it's
more.
not. That's the kind of vibes I was getting from him.
He's more of a winger. Like, he can play on the wing as well. Like, he's got
Yeah,
a bit of, he is unique. He's very.
I mean, honestly, like, he's not too dissimilar to his French brother Kylian. I think, obviously not the same, but I think he's gonna be amazing.
Maybe I need to watch
Yeah,
him.
no,
a
he
bit
might
more.
be.
I'm putting him on my list of players.
Yeah,
to
maybe
watch.
next year on the list. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year for sure. Top 5 this
Yeah.
season? Yeah.
I mean,
Remarkable.
statistically, walks in there, Moon walks in there. But listen,
We'll see,
I'll
we'll
wait to
see.
see your
Whoever
one.
has the most
That's
goals,
from the
that's what
Bundesliga.
Nah, that's true. I
yeah,
get
so
it.
that's another valid question. Once
That's
again,
true.
like
That is true.
I
That is true.
I have to half Bundesliga goals. So wherever you get there, half it, and then that's your real goal total.
And then right, not to mention this. Like, if we're talking just about this season, his biggest moment,
No, I get that.
he fluffed his lines twice.
Was
had a
it
lot to
was
do
it
with
that
me,
bad though?
considering.
Was
Oh, no,
it
No,
was
it
it that
wasn't
bad?
necessarily that bad, but like, let's be honest, Lautaro would have scored that. So
I'd also argue.
Look at
Jesus Christ, he wouldn't even get onto the end of the ball.
I
can't believe I didn't see that coming.
Before he even reaches it, bro.
Also, I think he changed the game as well.
Lautaro,
Like, he was part of the reason
did.
they cut back into it.
No, you're
Nah,
right.
he
You're
was
right.
good.
You're right. He
To be
did.
fair, up until that moment, I did like him in the World Cup. Until that, that's when I thought,
It's an interesting one. Definitely one to look out for. Maybe next year. Fair enough. We go on to 7th place. Now, obviously, we said Stokes has Kolo Muani in there and Griezmann and whatnot. It's because he has left out this guy. Now, 7 people have this player in, apart
Here
from
we go.
Stokes, and the other player is Tyler. So, Stokes, obviously, you're new here, but if you
Tyler
get
knows,
grouped with
does
Tyler,
he not know his football now?
no, not good
Tyler,
company.
being grouped with Tyler means, like, what have I done here? The name that you've not added to your list, we have him in 7th place overall with 30 points. It is Karim Benzema.
Oh, he hasn't played. Like, what? Why would he be there?
Hasn't played. He was involved in the massacre at Anfield, an integral part of it as well. He's played.
We need to do some research and some statistics here.
Now, honestly,
You-
I want to take the piss, but but I can't. I had him pretty low.
I know you and
very,
Benzema.
very
I know
low.
you and Benzema.
Very,
Yeah,
very
but he
low.
makes the list though. He makes the
yeah,
list.
he made it, but he's very low on my list. I think he may be finished. I'm gonna be honest, but like he still gets in because just like individual ability is still there. But
ability is there. 19 goals, 5 assists with a lot of injuries this season. You know, again, had he been fit, obviously, if my grandmother had wheels, should be a bike. But if he was fit, he probably has more than that. So I still feel like 19 goals from Benzema is...
He's on the finish. I mean, he's towards the finish. I mean, to be fair, right? Like we'll see in the Champions League because I wouldn't count him out. Like, I think he'll still probably turn up. But he's been poor. He's been very poor. So I wish it was another name, bro. I would have been all over him.
I realized. When I saw the name, I knew you were gonna just be like, "Oh, do you know what, Stokes?" Yeah, fair enough, man.
But I want to be. I would have put him in. Like if he played more, I'd 100% put him in. It's just I don't see it.
Yeah, I can't say.
Moving on to 6th place. This one, all 4 of us have him for the first time. All 4 of us have him. All the mods and viewers have him except one man. It's Mr. Maverick Plays. Sadly. Mr. 008 has arrived and decided that he did not want to put in his top 10 list Ivan Toney. I have him. Antics. I don't know, man. Gambling here and there, like, listen, I'm not one to judge.
We'll allow it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let him off, man. It's a bit of like a couple acres here and there. It's not that bad. But on the pitch, for me, Ivan Toney he's incredible. Listen, maybe Mav's not put him in because last year on the pod he said that Tony's not my United level. Perhaps that could be the reason. I don't know. Stokes, would you be taking Ivan Toney at United now?
I think if Tony didn't have that gambling issue, I'd have it right up there with like wanting. I don't know. Obviously, for me, Kane and Osimhen, my target. I'd love one of them too. But yeah, Tony grouped right up with them in my opinion. Like he's quality. He's a complete number 9. He's really good.
Yeah. People acted like he was just like some like poacher and whatnot, but his link-up play is crazy. Presses like a madman. He's quick. He has pretty much every attribute. It's just that he plays at Brentford, and even when they lost Ericsson, people were saying he might fall off now, but he's still about. Kurt, he just scraped onto your list, so how come he was that low for you?
Well, I've got a very competitive list, obviously, unlike you guys. With the likes of Lautaro
was he below Lautaro in your list?
Yeah, he got in 10th.
Yeah, Ivan Toney's below Lautaro on Kurt's list. Just so you guys
Jesus Christ!
Wait, no, but hang on a minute. Like this is where was Ivan Toney in the World Cup? Where's he in the Champions League? Like,
that's Gareth. No, that's Gareth Southgate.
Tony's competing with Harry Kane.
I don't care. I don't care. Like, listen, you have to judge players on the grandest stage, and Ivan Toney is the Premier League. That's what he can do so far, and he's killed it. Fair play.
Cool. I'll keep note of this.
But he gets in. He gets in. That's all I can say.
Fair. Now I'll keep note of what you just said there. Fair enough. Ali, your thoughts on Ivan Toney? You liking him?
Yeah, man. Before this season, I thought he was kind of just like a poacher, just you know what I mean, in and around the box. But this season, I think he's shown me that he's got it all in it. He can play in and around the box. He can play out. He's got a good link-up play. Like, I'll take him at the bridge, man. He's one that I need.
Yeah, he's becoming more and more clinical as well. And he strikes me as like a ruthless kind of guy. Like, he doesn't really care about people's opinions. You know, he had all those charges on him and then went and did what he did against Man City away from home. I just think he has the mentality to go even higher, whether that be United or someone else. I don't know.
He scored goals at every level he's been at. Every level he's been at, he scores goals.
Yeah.
So I think the next level he goes to will also score goals.
Agreed. Well, we move on to our top 5 now. This is a name that finally every single person has them in. No one has forgotten this guy whatsoever. Everyone has him pretty much around the same place as well. It's caused much controversy on this podcast in previous times. It is a man who Kurt told me was going to score 30 league goals this season. He's currently halfway there. You know, he's fighting off Unal and Borja Iglesias in that La Liga's top scorers charts. It's Robert Lewandowski. Yes, Kurt.
What a player, man. I mean, to change countries, you know. He's never been in Spain before. Robert arrives in Spain, and the minute he lands, we were trying to look for Karim. We couldn't find him. Lewandowski won Barcelona the title in the first 3 months. Mission completed in the Champions League. He tried. He scored 2 goals against Inter when it mattered the most, but unfortunately, his defense let him down. And The problem, obviously, he'd probably be even higher up in this list, but the issue is, since the World Cup, I don't know what's happened. I think Poland have given Barcelona a fake Lewandowski or something, because I've never seen him this bad. He's unwatchable right now. So, yeah. Also want to keep an eye on if he's what, 30, 34, 30, 35?
He's getting on a little bit. He's getting on for sure.
We'll see.
decline
Keep
for
an eye
sure.
on that.
Listen, I'm like I said, I'm an honest guy. I've put him above Benzema in my list for this season. However, but going by what you said, you know, in the biggest games when it matters, when his club and country needed him the most, he was nowhere to be seen. You mentioned that Inter stuff. Let's be honest, we all watched that game. Lewa did nothing and then randomly got some consolation goals. The same in the World Cup. Horrific,
Consolation
dreadful,
goals.
Bad against
dreadful
United as well, to be
performances. Awful again. Bro, he's seen his team crash out of 2 European Cups and the World Cup, and he was just there looking miserable. The brother, oh no, he smiled one time when he got knocked out the World Cup. He was smiling because I don't know why, he thought it was so cool because he got his penalty and that's it. Missed the penalty as well, but yeah. Going off big moments, I don't know. I was told he's going to score 30 goals and he's just about scraped half of that. So
They sent him a clone.
For me, it's Benzema over him only because I don't think he's as influential as Benzema in it. Like, he's not gonna change a game as much as Benzema might. Benzema can influence the game. He can be the reason you win the game, whereas Lewan kind of needs the team to play well and create chances, and he will put them away in it. He's probably one of the most clinical around at times, but he's just not as key, as influential as Benzema.
yeah, I hear that because they had spells where like Dembele was the one cooking for like 2-3 months, and then more recently like Rafinha's been getting them 1-0 wins, and I'm thinking, bro, where's this Lewa guy? But, you know, it is what it is. Stokes, your thoughts on Lewandowski?
Yeah,
You
I
got him
don't
the
know.
lowest.
To be fair, I do think, yeah, like,
Is he
it's
a bit of
another
a
one
small
where
game player?
if Benz was fit, I'd have Benz above him. But he is pretty responsible for how good Barcelona have been. Like, I can't deny it. He's obviously he's an incredible poacher. He's getting on. But yeah, he's got to be in there. He's a phenomenal player on his day for sure.
But we'll see if he gets another 15 goals before the end of the season, and then
He doesn't need
one of
to
us
title
will
as well.
Hey, but you
He's
know,
done his
we were
job.
told about.
Could get a
barely.
Spanish Cup double as well. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll see. That league look right now, by the way, it's looking very interesting. But anyway, no comments on that because people will get upset. We move on to our top four. Now, fourth and third place are separated by 1 point. The fourth place has 68 points. The third has 69. Kurt was the last man to send me his list, and his list is the one that tipped it in one player's favor. So in fourth place, 68 points, we have Harry Kane. Ali, you got him the highest. Chat to us about Harry Kane's thing. Why is he as high as he is?
He's another one that I think his game has got it all. Like, he can pass, he can shoot. He's just not quick, but he's not having the best of seasons, which is the only reason he's not higher than what he is for me, to be honest. Like, if it was a different year, different season,
I disagree.
like what is Harry Kane? What is Harry Kane lacking from his game?
Where did you put him?
He's put him third.
Yeah, so he's third and he's not having a good season.
Yeah,
I don't know about not having a
because
good
for me,
season.
at times he's been the best striker in the world. Like, before this season, he's got a case for being the best striker in the world. But maybe they're not having the best of time at Tottenham this season. He's not looking as good as he usually does, but he is still looking very good. His numbers are still there this season.
Yeah,
Obviously, big games, questionable in big games. Stokes, you are obviously a massive England fan. Your thoughts on Harry Kane's performance?
A massive
at the World
England
Cup?
fan. That's okay. No, that's fair. He's not top three for me. I think there's a very clear top three this season, in my opinion. But I love Harry Kane. I think he's sick. I think he's very severely overhated in this country. People go on about, like, if he'd have left Tottenham, he'd have been a snake. Like, all of Tottenham, everyone would be turning their back on him. But I think he's phenomenal. I'd love him if I was a Spurs fan. I'd love him to come United in the summer. The only reason I don't think he could have broken the top three is just because of Conte. I know Kurt might disagree, but he just does not allow him to flourish as much as he could be.
I think he's kind of had one of the
let's hear the rebuttal.
most. I think he's had one of his most underrated seasons. Actually, I think he's been brilliant. The only reason he didn't crack the top three is because of that penalty miss. And in the Champions League, unfortunately, the fact that he didn't turn up against Milan is a yike situation.
But this is what I'm saying. A lot of this is on Conte.
Okay.
Conte and Tottenham, we're taking points from him.
It's Conte's fault. He missed the penalty for England. When it mattered.
Nah, I'll give you that one. But serial winner Conte cannot beat AC Milan after only losing 1-0 away.
Nah, here it is remarkable.
If you cannot win a trophy with Conte or Mourinho as your manager, then I guess you're the problem.
Well, Conte just kind of he's
Conte is
fine.
a bit of a dinosaur.
He would have got that trophy with
time
Mourinho
waits
if they
for no
didn't get
man,
rid of
you know?
him. That Carabao Cup was almost in the bag.
Maybe.
Conte, but Conte hasn't got close to one, so it happens. Obviously he's washed. Everyone gets washed eventually. You see what's happened to Ronaldo. He's over there playing with Al Nassr and stuff. I want to get your thoughts, Stokes. Obviously, you said you love Harry Kane and whatnot. I want to get your thoughts on guys like Kurt saying that he's better than Henry.
I didn't.
Can
say
I get
that.
your thoughts on that? So what is it you said?
I never said
Okay,
that.
so
I
confirm
just
to me
said-
what you said.
I just said that when all is said and done, there's a conversation to be had.
And then every time he scores or assists, you say, "Can Henry do this?" Pretty much every time. You say Henry would never do this.
He's a more complete than Henry, but Henry was just devastating. But
Is
I
he
will
more
say.
complete?
I will say, Arsenal fans just a very disrespectful bunch in general because there was one time where they were pairing him with Aubameyang, and that is so disrespectful.
Yeah. Hey, yo,
disrespectful.
whoa. 5 years, 20+ goals. 5 years in a row. Was Kane doing that? He didn't do that. I'll tell you, he didn't do that. Let's not act like Aubameyang that year wasn't going crazy, bro. Let's not act like. And I'll take Aubameyang's career over Kane's personally, but again, it is what it is.
Kane's not done yet. He's got some trophies to pick up.
Sure.
True, but the conversation wasn't what's going to happen in 5 years. The conversation was right here, right now, right? And Aubameyang was going crazy, as was Kane. I only disrespect him because sometimes it's funny. Like that penalty thing, that's crazy. But yeah.
I think Kane's second best Premier League striker ever. I think, to be fair. Yeah.
I don't.
Who's number
I'd
one?
have him second. Thierry Henry.
Ali, don't even dare try putting Drogba or something. Drogba, if we have that convo, Drogba's not touching top 10. So let's
he's
be
touching
very,
top 5,
very careful.
He's touching top 5.
He's not doing that whatsoever. He's not doing that.
Let's
but
talk about importance.
Fair enough. The 4 is Henry, Aguero, Rooney, and Shearer. Whatever order you want to have that in, fine. And then Kane probably
Aguero
will get
over
into
Drogba.
that by the time.
Listen, I know I'm supposed to be like older and whatnot, but Alan Shearer has got nothing on Harry Kane. Nothing at all. If Harry Kane played in that era, we're
Premier League
talking. Nah, it's a disgrace. He's
Yeah,
not.
we keep talking about that Blackburn trophy speaks for itself, man. I can't lie, he did his thing. So there we go. Nevertheless, our top 3, I think it's pretty well. It's not straightforward because the third is obvious. 1 and 2, we'll see. In third place, 69 points. Of course, everyone has him in. Everyone has him relatively high up. It is none other than the masked man, Victor Osimhen. I think I'll start on this one because it makes me proud. When guys were talking about that weirdo in Juve, Vlahovic, when I had to hear that he's far superior to Osimhen, but because the manager, that's why, blah, 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 blah. I said, nah, Osimhen, trust me. Wait on this guy. He is a superstar. He's ready-made. And in the little Serie A that I watched last season, I said, I'm ready. And then this season, I watched a lot more. Before the World Cup, he's the man. Kurt, can I get your thoughts? Are you still taking Vlaho over Osimhen?
Yeah, don't disrespect Vlahovic. I mean,
No,
that
I
guy
will.
come
He
next
aired up.
season.
Yeah, I
will.
think Amenyah's a bit
Okay,
bitter
okay.
on the Vlahovic one.
Yeah.
He aired our phone call, but that's your fault. You missed out, bro. Now I hear you trying to come back.
Better
Man.
on
It's
that
too
one.
late, bro.
Vlahovic will be in that conversation for sure. Osimhen has improved tremendously this season, and he's gone up a level which I didn't expect him to do it this soon. And it's credit to the manager, to be fair. I mean, he's crazy at developing players, and yeah, Osimhen this season, wow, he's ready now to. I say take the next step, but I mean, he's
Does
in
he
with
leave?
a chance.
Yeah.
He's in with a chance here to win the double, and I mean,
Nobody
whichever
can turn down the mighty.
the tricky Reds, Ten Hag's tricky Reds.
When Ten Hag
When
comes
his
calling,
bullet comes
you
calling,
answer
yeah.
that first.
Nah, he's admitted the
Yeah,
Premier
a
League
lot of people
interest.
ignore it.
I'd love to see him in the Premier League because I think he'll get even more respect. But Honestly, I think he can rival. Like if assumes he goes to the Premier League next season, like I think him and Haaland can have a very good rivalry.
Haaland levels in the Prem, you think? Yeah.
Get the numbers at City.
It depends where he goes.
A big team in the Prem, can he handle that low
not
block?
Not Haaland numbers, but yeah, he put up.
No, I agree, and obviously, you know, major factor again. A brother in Naples getting the love that he gets, that means like you are a serious player, because you know them man will do anything to not rate you. But his thing, I'm seeing random kids wearing masks. I'm seeing people painting their house in the color of his hair and whatnot. So I have to respect his thing, and I think on my list, bar one other name, he would probably be the biggest nightmare to defend against, purely because the way this guy can run into channels as well. He's the kind of guy that Van Dijk, you have him dragged out towards a touchline having to defend, and you have Trent begging for mercy because he will chase every single loose ball, every ball over the top, no matter if it's even meant for him or not, he'll run after it. And I think that like humility to be the one that is doing the hard yards as well as being a mad finisher, a great leap and whatnot. I think he's incredible. I like him more than another name on our list, but again, that other name, he has to be respected. So, you know, as always, Ali, you taking him at Chelsea, mate?
Yeah, most of this list of mine I'll take at Chelsea, to be honest, because we ain't got the best.
I hear it.
He does give me kind
What about Lautaro? You taking Lautaro at Chelsea?
I would have taken him a couple years ago, but now
Bruno can do a team. Bruno.
I'll keep Havertz, bro.
Nah. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, that Lautaro, brother. Whew, I still don't know how we got anywhere near, but it's okay. That's third place done. We move on to our top two. It's very obvious who those two are, but the positions are not obvious because I'll tell you now for a fact we did not get a total 90. Because one of these players has 83 points, the other one has 86. So they're separated by 3 points only. Yes. In second place, he was number one for Alfie, Ali, and myself. It's Kylian Mbappe. He has made it into second place on our strikers list. I want to draw you guys' attention back to when Kurt was talking about big games. World Cup final. Obviously, you know, he didn't do much in that first 60-65 minutes, but then, goodness me, he had a performance in that second half where, had he scored that fourth goal in extra time, I'm putting him in the Hall of Fame. I'm putting him on the Mount Everest of, not Mount Everest, what's the thing called again? Mount Rushmore of footballers. Yeah. That would be an all-timer. Yeah. Eye test, flying colours. Numbers, flying colours. Big games, small games, he does all of it. For me, he is the best. To me, he's the best player in the world right now. Messi here and there, but to me, Mbappe is number one. Kurt, obviously, you don't have him number one. I can just say now. Listen, obviously, Haaland is number one, right? 86 points. We can discuss them both. Why have you got Haaland over Mbappe? I think I know why, but just explain anyway.
So, if it's players, like who's the better player, I can understand the debate. But if it's who's the better striker, there is no debate whatsoever. I mean, one of them won't even be a striker much longer. So he's only playing there because his team has no other strikers. So if as a striker, there is no discussion to be had. You talk about big games. Where was he in Munich? Because for me, if you're at the level that he's at, you're gonna turn up.
He was a bit injured. I mean, I heard a Lautaro injury excuse earlier. I feel like he was definitely.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He literally missed. He literally missed. How much of the game did he miss? Oh, he literally was injured. But Lautaro, even though he played like 4 or 5 games, was okay. Cool, interesting.
Yeah, well, Lautaro had a problem with the ankle. Ankles you don't mess with. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you can put him as a striker ahead of Haaland. I don't understand. He's not a number 9, Mbappe. He's not. He's not.
I think he'll go to Madrid and be a number 9 though.
No.
Yeah.
You don't
no
think?
chance.
He may do. I mean, the thing is, where does Vinny go?
How can you move Vinny? You can't.
No. I promise you, his career path is going to be identical to Ronaldo's. Well, he's already kind of started striker, but he's going to take the same.
What do you mean?
He'll be on the wing. Like he played the Ronaldo position.
You mean the opposite of Ronaldo?
What do you mean? Why?
Does Ronaldo transition to?
Well, Mbappe. Let me tell you this: the next time we see Mbappe at striker will be at Ronaldo's age, when Ronaldo ended up a striker. It was
I'll
But Ronaldo,
I'll probably see it next week, to be fair.
Nah, Ronaldo went to striker early. Ronaldo was a striker from
when?
He was not like he hadn't lost his legs or anywhere close to losing his legs when he transitioned to be a striker.
Well, Mbappe, you're right. I guess Mbappe started striker, Ronaldo didn't, but he'll play now like the same position Ronaldo did in his prime.
I don't know. I can see, the only place I can see him going is Madrid, and I don't see why they wouldn't just use him as the new Benz.
I mean, if Arsenal do win this Premier League title, you know, we have the French pool, we have the Arsene Wenger and Thierry Henry juice still remaining at the club. There's space at our club, you know.
To be fair, I actually think Mbappe is better than Haaland at everything. It's just, I think Haaland is going to win City the Champions League and probably the league as well.
You think so?
I do, yeah.
The Champions League, that's...
So just on that alone, and Mbappe's failure in the Champions League, I have to have Haaland above him. He's more important. Because PSG would win the league regardless.
No, I hear that, but then by the same token, Udo Haaland played in Champions League versus Mbappe getting knocked out when he missed almost the entire first leg. So it's a bit... I hear what you're saying, though. If we are going to, base it on that, sure, he went and bagged 5 goals. I asked this question to Mav previously, but Kurt, out of those 5 goals that he scored, what was your favourite? Because mine was the penalty, I think.
So this is I guess this is when you know a player is that good when people criticize the goals that they score.
No. Obviously, I'm trolling, obviously.
No, but it's not what you're saying, because I see it every time with Haaland. For some reason, people always... The hardest thing in football is to score goals. And it doesn't matter how it happens. If someone is scoring the amount that he is... I mean, he's got more than a goal a game in the Champions League. Like, people think, like, it's funny because the people that don't call him a big game player when he's got more than a goal a game in the Champions League. And he was doing it with Salzburg and he was doing it with Dortmund. So, and, he's also 2 years younger than Mbappe. So keep that in mind. We are looking at the best striker, not of this generation, could end up being the best striker of this century. I feel like as a number 9, the people that put Mbappe prefer Mbappe to Haaland as a number 9. I don't understand.
I get what you're saying, because obviously striker being a number 9 is a different one. However, as you know, the way we do this list, like if you have played striker enough times, which Mbappe has, and he's currently playing striker now, even.
Well, Antoine Griezmann.
That guy ain't making it in this, bro. You can't let the Griezmann thing go, fam. He's gone. With Mbappe, it's just, for me, again, obviously these lists is going to have some personal tax towards it, and I just like to watch Mbappe under any circumstance. I don't care if it's Nations League, I don't care what it is, I'm watching. Most of the guys that were rating Haaland beforehand didn't even want to watch the games. They were just waiting until BT Sports put the clip of, like, oh my days, here goes Haaland scoring again, what a robot. I respect them both. I mean, all of us do. They're top 2 for everyone. Apart from, obviously, Mav has his agenda. Mav's put Mbappe 3rd. Obviously, Mav would do that. They're typical. And Alfie's put Haaland 3rd as well, because obvious reasons. Alfie's not a... Alfie says that, Haaland to watch is disgusting to watch. Because he just moves around the box and then waits for the cutbacks and whatnot. There's an art in that movement. Of course there is, and you have to respect that because we aren't professional footballers. However, if you're asking me who would I take in my team, and they had to play up front, let's say, I'm taking Mbappe still. Like, I would rather have Mbappe up front linking up with, let's say, Martinelli and Saka, or Trossard and Saka, whatever it may be. I'd rather have Mbappe than I would Haaland. That's just me being honest.
Yeah, but the reason you gave was because you prefer watching him.
Yeah, but
it's not.
I mean, that's one of them.
Do you really think that if Pep had the choice, he would have, and they had the same price tag, he would have taken Haaland over Mbappe?
100%.
No chance.
100%.
I don't know.
100%.
I think Mbappe can do the stuff that Haaland does, but I don't think Haaland can do everything that Mbappe does.
No, he can't. I mean, I agree on the Haaland can't do what Mbappe does. Sure, neither can Mbappe do what Haaland does. No chance.
He can do more of what he
City
does.
Team ain't scoring. He's not scoring the same amount of goals Haaland's scoring. No,
I think he scores more.
Yeah, I think he creates his own goals as well, on top of the goals that they create for him.
I'm not sure I'm going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far.
Interesting.
But I do agree with what Ali just said, though. He would create his own goal. I do agree with that, but he can create goals like out of nothing. Whereas Haaland, again, is somewhat reliant on the service. We know that he maybe gets 4 or 5 touches of the ball a game. and whenever he tries to get more, I'm watching. I'm thinking, brother, you get back in that box, bro. Where are you going,
Get back
bro?
where you belong.
The same way Kurt does that thing about
his holder play is actually underrated. A lot of if you closely watch him, he barely loses the ball, and
I wouldn't say that. I see a lot of times where people play like little quick 1-2s, and it bounces off his foot or it bounces off his foot.
He's 20. Okay, by the way, the fact that there's this debate, he's 2 years younger. Like, keep that in mind. He's 2 years younger.
He did make Gabriel look like a hashtag United player as well.
Okay.
Whoa. If you want to bring up the Arsenal game, by the way, I felt it was pretty anonymous. He got a goal like towards the end, but I felt he didn't really do much.
Oh, that one! I just looked it. Yeah,
He wasn't, stacking up shots or shots on target. He literally was not even there, and then boom,
I'm
70.
just saying, man, like unanimous Premier League best defender of all time. We've got man.
Don't get me started on that.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Fine. Remember Gabriel Jesus against United? How about that? Remember Lautaro?
Yeah, but we're shit. You know what I mean?
Not even Lautaro, Lisandro. But I thought Lisandro and Varane is the best centre backs ever. That's what I thought.
So no, let's bring up Gabriel Jesus because he would have been higher on the top strikers list, right? That's the quote I heard earlier.
Yes.
But apparently the only reason Haaland's doing this good is because of the service that he has. Jesus at Manchester City, that's what many people like to point towards. Jesus at Manchester City, I mean, Pep got to the point that, never mind best striker, he preferred to play without one. He preferred to play, or when he did play, he chuck him on the wing.
That's marvelous, but that wasn't this year. And once again, I didn't say it's going to be above Haaland. I would never say that.
I need people to just appreciate what they're seeing. It's always like, oh, but Mbappe can create his own goals, and his goals are more beautiful. Last time I checked, when a goal goes in, it counts towards one. Every single.
All right, cool.
It doesn't matter how it's done. It counts
by that
one.
Then.
There is no such thing as a bad goal. He is the best number 9, and he will be in this century. I'll even go as far as to say right here, 2023, I think he'll break Cristiano Ronaldo's goals record. We'll see if Messi eclipses that. I think he'll finish as the top scorer in the history of football.
That's marvelous. I'll ask you one question then. Why is Ronaldinho better than Salah?
No, but hang on a minute.
What was hang on a minute? Well, we all know Ronaldinho is better than Salah, right? We all know this, right?
Because it's the same argument you guys use. Mbappe is more complete than Haaland. So what does it mean that Gerrard's better than Zidane? No.
Who said that?
Each situation is different.
You think Gerrard's more complete than Zidane?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't lie. Where's that?
Nah, that's not fact.
How is it?
I don't know about that one. Personally.
Zidane had literally everything you could ever ask for, and he had strength. Gerrard didn't have strength.
Can Zidane play right back? That's the definition of complete, no?
All right.
Gerrard can literally play every single position on the pitch.
Okay.
So it's
Listen, if that's the logic you want
the conversation.
No, but it isn't because we're talking about people that are scoring beautiful goals and they're amazing to watch and blah blah blah, which is Ronaldinho versus Salah, who has way better numbers.
It's completely different. I'm not saying Haaland's better than Mbappe because just of the numbers. I'm saying he's a better number 9. It's a fact.
So do you believe that Haaland's better than Mbappe just in general anyway?
No, I'll take him. I think he's a better player. I mean, I'll take him in my team ahead of Mbappe, but I understand there's a debate there.
No, of course you would. You still got a player like Lukaku and Lautaro.
If I've got the choice of Mbappe or Haaland, I take Haaland all day, every day. And the people that are putting Mbappe ahead of Haaland as a number 9, I'm sorry, but you need to find a different sport to watch.
Fair enough.
Before you.
Well, listen, you man, that is our top 10 list. I'll quickly read the names off again. In case, I don't know, you're on Spotify or something, you can't see the wonderful graphics on your screen. 10th place, Rashford. 9th place, superstar Gabriel Jesus. 8th place, Kolo Muani. 7th, Benzema. 6th, Ivan Toney. 5th, Robert Lewandowski. 4th, Harry Kane. 3rd, Osimhen. 2nd, Mbappe. And number 1 is Erling Haaland. As always, in a year's time, we shall revisit this exact same conversation and we'll see what's changed, what's moved. It's going to be a few months time. We start doing the left wingers one again and the centre mids one again and we see what happened. But if you man enjoyed it, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, follow these man on all their socials because they've taken that time out of their busy days to join us. Other than that, yeah, listen, leave as many comments as you want. In a bit, let us know your top 10. Bye. Safe.
See, now it makes sense why Lautaro was missing top 10 because you guys put in column 1 in the list and he's like you put him high in like 5th and then that's the problem. Okay, next time I put Lautaro 5th so he gets in top 10. I see.